So what do you think our call to action would be, Ruben?
A call to action could be, getting the record for taking it for a free run or free trial. Some companies sell mattresses by giving you a free trial, and I'm actually buying the mattress.
Nowadays, if you don't have a free trial, nobody will be interested because you're not going to benefit.
Okay, I'm going to steal this headline here and turn it into our own formula. So I've copied this one. Welcome to Marketing Mondays, and today we have a super important topic that most business owners and also marketers should learn. So this is the number one marketing skill set to get customers. In fact, if you are into learning digital marketing and using digital marketing for your business, this is the number one skill or the first skill that you should actually learn in the first place, the first exact thing that you should do. The first thing that you should learn in marketing is messaging. So whether you're reading a sales page, a landing page, an advertisement, a piece of news, a social media post, you're looking at messages. And when you read those words, you are bringing messages to your mind, your brain, right? So as marketers, as business owners who puts up websites online, you would have to learn how to write good copy. So copy, messaging, this is what is going to be very important no matter the types of platforms that you market on, right? So we're talking about the subject of copywriting. There's a misconception when it comes to copywriting where people generally think that copywriting is only reserved for a special kind of marketers, a special breed. But the truth is you don't have to be someone special, or you don't have to be belonging to the elitists of marketers to be able to write good copy. So everybody writes good copy. When you make a social update on social media, when you post an update on Facebook, Instagram, you are in fact becoming a copywriter. So the act of copywriting is basically just to pass whatever you have in your mind to your readers in the most accurate sense as possible without having them to think of something else that you're saying. So they want to get the real meaning of what you have to say to them. So copywriters, again, is not for only reserved for a special breed. Everyone today is a copywriter, including yourself. What makes good copywriting? So we have prepared a few things, and also we'll do a few practical examples to show you some formulas and frameworks to help you write better copy for your business and also your marketing assets. So here's what you need. I will please take it away from here. Yeah.
So here's what you need, right? Notice that the first thing on our list is persona. So persona refers to your audience. Who are you writing this for? I want to move down to the second thing, which is message you want to deliver. So now that you've identified your audience, you want to understand how to connect with them, which comes to the third element, which is our attention, the unique selling point of the copy. What exactly is going to grab your reader's attention? And lastly, call to action. This may seem a lot of theory, so I'll come up with an example. So let's say I want to sell this tennis racket. Okay. Who do you think my audience would be, Ruben?
I don't know, maybe let's take working professionals who wants to pick up a hobby.
Fantastic, right? Working professionals who want to get into the hobby. So when you want to get into the hobby, what are some of the words do you think that people would search up?
There's a lot of words that I mean it really depends on who the working professional is, but I probably search up for tennis coach near me, tennis coach in somewhere, and I'm looking to play tennis. I need some help to play tennis, right? So probably that's something I would start off with first.
So just for simplicity purposes, we're gonna say that we're gonna sell this racket. So coaching and racket, they all come in the form of a product or a service. So we really understand that our audience is working individuals who want to get into the hobby, and the message we want to send to them is that this racket, it is ambidextrous. It works for both left-handers and right-handers. So maybe there's an issue that left-handers don't like conventional tennis rackets. So your message is that this racket will suit your needs. And what is the attention? The unique selling point is that regardless you're left-handed or right-handed, this will meet your needs. So what do you think our call to action would be, Ruben?
A call to action could be, getting the record for taking it for a free run or free trial, just like the way some people sell mattresses. Some companies sell mattresses by giving you a free trial, and you end up actually buying the mattress.
Nowadays, if you don't have a free trial, nobody will be interested because you're not going to benefit. So right over there, we see an entire framework. Who is our audience? What is our message? What exactly would actually keep them attracted to this copy? And how are they going to take action regarding to the message you've just made? So I'll pass it on to Ruben to elaborate on the frameworks that we can better apply on.
All right, so before we go on to the frameworks, I just want to elaborate a little bit on what we are seeing here. So before you write any single copy, whether it's an advertisement, whether it's a landing page, you would have to have all these four things here. So the first thing you have to look at is basically persona all your audience, because you cannot write if you do not know who you're speaking to. So earlier we talked about working professionals who wants to pick up tennis. The way you speak to a working professional in his 20s or 30s is going to be very different if you were to speak to someone in his 40s or 50s. Do you agree? And what's the message you want delivered to these people? Now, what is the attention that you can create in your messaging? What attracts this particular working professional towards this particular tennis racket? Is it great for beginners? Is it affordable? Is it something that other brands cannot keep up with? I don't know. So that's something you have to create in terms of your product or the service that you're trying to offer. And then the call to action. The call to action is to tell people what to do next. So you got their attention, you have spoken to them, but what do you want them to do next? So sometimes in many cases, businesses, they go through all the trouble, right, of talking to their audiences through advertisements, through blogs or through sales pages, but then they fail to tell people what to do next. Do they want people to buy the particular tennis racket here, or what's next? Yeah. So if you look into some of the frameworks and formulas that we can create or basically help you to write better copy for your audience, here are two basic things that you want to have when it comes to writing for your audience. So first of all, you want to find out what your audience or what your customers actually want. So we talk about the working professionals. So what do working professionals want? Maybe an easy way to pass time, an easy way to break a sweat. And probably that is the game of tennis. So how do working professionals speak and write? Maybe they speak the language of not having enough time. How can we angle our products and services towards the pains and also the fears that they're feeling? All right, so I know this sounds all very theoretical. So basically, I want to go into some practical use cases that we can use in order to sell, let's say, since we use the example of tennis rackets. So here are some formulas for sales copies and also headlines that you probably want to take home. Try using it for your own products and services that your business offers. So let's talk about the first formula first, right? The first formula is the PASS formula. It's a very, very common formula for copywriting, especially when it comes to sales copy, whether it's offline or online. Copywriters have been known to use this for how many years already. So P stands for problem, A stands for agitation, and S stands for solution. All right, so let's look at a way to actually sell something using the PAS formula. So this is a very, very common formula when it comes to writing a sales page. So let's just say I'm selling a tennis racket and I'm selling to maybe someone who already has, played a few games of tennis. So what is the problem that I'm looking to solve? The problem is when we actually pull out the problem of something that our customer is facing. So for example, this is a problem, yeah? So it's a sales copy. So are you not able to hit tennis balls over the net? This is a very fictional problem, but maybe it's a problem that many tennis beginners are facing, and it might be because of their tennis rackets. Okay, what's an agitation?
Agitation is, in simple terms, you're trying to exaggerate the problem.
Okay.
So the problems you can't hit over the net. Less agitated. I would say, are you losing because you can't serve well?
Okay, yeah. So it sucks to lose, right? So your friend who picked up tennis the same time as you is beating you over and over again. So it's like adding salt to a wound, right? So we have actually opened up the wound by telling them the problem. Okay, the problem is you're not able to hit tennis balls over the net no matter how many lessons you go through, right? And then your friend who picked up tennis at the same time as you is laughing at you because he's beating you over and over again through every single games that you play. Now, what is the solution? The solution is to try our tennis racket, right? So our tennis racket could be try the tennis, maybe ABC tennis racket solves the problem that most beginners have, which is the weight of the racket, whatever, right? Now, I do not know because it's basically a fictional tennis racket that we are trying to sell here. So we do not know what's the USP. Promoting your products and services, you probably know what is its USP, and you'll be able to actually come up with a problem, agitate it, and then show the solution as your product and services. So that's the PASS formula: problem, agitation, and solution. And it works for most sales pages, most advertisements, and even emails. All right, let's move into the $1,000,000 copy. So the $1,000,000 copy is a different kind of formula, but more meant for headlines. So let's still stick to the tennis racket product that we are trying to sell, and let's try to use a $1,000,000 copy to write a headline for our tennis racket. So the $1,000,000 copy works this way. What are some sites which are quite popular that we know hires good copywriters? If you know some sites, they are like BuzzFeed, maybe entrepreneur.com. So we are specifically looking, at sites which we know pay top dollar to copywriters to write very catchy headlines and very catchy articles, right? So I'm going to go into entrepreneur.com. There we go, entrepreneur.com. And things like BuzzFeed. So these are basically $1,000,000 companies, right? And they are media companies. They are all based off headlines and also copy, basically messaging. The $1,000,000 copy formula works this way. What we're going to do is we want to steal these headlines that we see on BuzzFeed or on these sites. Let's see what we can steal from here. Okay, for example, 40 products you need to make your beach trip so much better. Okay, I'm going to steal this headline here and turn it into our own formula. So I've copied this one. I'm going to go back to PowerPoint here and write it out in front of you. I'm going to repaste this here. Okay, so the headline was that we copied from BuzzFeed is 40 products you need to make your beach trip so much better. So let's create template out of this. 40, we can say 40 item you need to make maybe a situation. So 40 items of things you need to make your situation so much better. All right, so from here, we can immediately create all sorts of different types of headlines by stealing initially from a great copywriter in BuzzFeed, for example. If we turn this into the tennis racket analogy, okay, maybe 40 tennis, okay, I'm going to say tennis accessories. All right, you need to make your game so much better. All right. Do you see how I actually stolen a headline from a very popular site and use it as my own? Of course, we don't stop here. We can always change the words around. So maybe instead of 40 tennis accessories, that's a bit of an exaggeration, right? You can say 10. 10 tennis accessories you need right now. I'm going to say right now. Okay, you're going to cheat a little bit here to improve your game. Now, do you think somebody who is interested in the game of tennis would actually click on this and be curious to see what these 10 tennis accessories are?
To them, they might just be like, oh, simple, shoes, racket, ball.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have written these headlines without stealing them from a site. So the truth is, when it comes to looking at writing headlines, writing copy, it always comes back to stealing ideas from here and there. No copywriter in the world are original. They are copying the way and rephrasing from other sites, from other copywriters. All right, so that's the $1,000,000 copy formula. This is something that is so powerful that you can use this immediately for your ads, articles, blogs, and also headlines. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next formula, which is the parents test. So the parents test is super simple. There's nothing to show you. Edward, please explain how the parent test formula works.
All right, it's pretty simple. Once you've done your copy, all you have to do is show your parents. If they can understand it, you pass the parent test. If they didn't understand it, try and rethink what are some of the words that you can actually simplify.
So that's how it works, right? So the basically what you do is, with the world of digital, we have words here and there on social media, on headlines, right? But what we want to look at is when we write copy, we tend to write words that in a way is very confusing. Maybe you work in a tech startup and you write words in a way to impress your readers. So you use difficult words like AI, big data, machine learning, visualization, and all those beautiful words, right? But the problem is, a lot of people do not understand those fancy terms that you understand. So one very good formula you can use is when you write a copy, when you finish up your sales pages, your emails, or your ads, now before you launch them, take them, show it to your parents who live in the earlier eras, who is not in the digitalized world yet. Now, if they do not understand what you have written, they do not understand your sales copy or not attracted to it, then your copy is not good enough. Rephrase it until your parents can even understand what you have written. All right. So that's another formula that you want to take back and use it for your products and also services. Now, before we go, if you'd like to actually improve your ads and also your content and emails to perform at least, at minimum, 2 times better, we do have a kit that you can actually get. If you're still watching this, we have put down a coupon code in the descriptions. Go and click on it, click on the right buttons on the correct links and use it. You get this at a special rate, including a special gift that we'll be including with your purchase of the headline kit. The headline kit contains more than hundreds and hundreds of headlines that you can just take it and use it immediately in your ads, content, and also headlines. It also brings and provides you with additional lessons and also additional workshops to help you write better copy for your business. So hopefully this helps you. Now, before we go off and sign off this show, anything else you'd like to add, Edward?
Today's video is really clear. Right, our message is clear.
All right, so here's the formulas to take home again. Just to recap: PAS, problem, agitation, solution. The $1 million copy involves going into different websites that we know hires top dollar copywriters and steal from what they have written for our own. It's very effective. Use it for your products and services. And then the parents test is that when we write copy, don't assume it's great. Show it to someone who is much more mature than you, and if they don't understand it, then you probably have failed. Okay, so 3 formulas for you to take home. Try this out, see how it works for your business, and let us know in the comment section below. We will see you the following week. Hey, and welcome to this channel. My name is Ruben, Head of Marketing at Lead. On this channel, you'll find content, tips, guides, and also tutorials on data science, web development, and digital marketing. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the videos, content, and workshops, courses to come. Thanks again.